Video presentation number 3. So this week we went over the um, analytics for YouTube and the monetization. So we did learn a lot about what types of things the analytics can let the user know, so the content creator, and it's very helpful because you can use them to figure out like what types of things are working on your channel, what types of things you can change on your channel, what people are responding to, and what might not be so beneficial to your channel. So if you just kind of use the analytics, you can kind of focus your content to where it'll grow your channel even more. A couple of things that I probably would focus on while looking through the analytics would be the demographic and knowing where they are located, what their age group is, and what gender is more interested in watching the videos. So far, looking at it from just prior videos that I had on my channel before, there was a spike years ago after a concert that I went to, and that did spike Korea to actually, because it was a K-pop group, so it did get a spike of Korean men that spiked back then. So it's interesting how it'll keep all that data even from years ago, and I can still probably use that to now if anyone was still looking from back then. It also lets you know how long that they are viewing your videos to let you know if your intro is something that's maybe not eye-catching enough or just engaging enough for them to want to stick around to see the rest of your video, or if you actually presented your video with your title and caption with something that actually is representing what's on the content that you're posting. The monetization, we learned that you do need 1,000 subscribers as well as having 4,000 view time. So definitely, if that is something that we decide that we want to do, it's something to definitely work towards and need to constantly be pushing content out to really push to get those subscribers, to get those view hours, because I know that once that gets started, it is something that you have to kind of keep, where you can lose subscribers, you can lose the viewing. And as they said in some of the videos from the content, the videos that we had to watch, they did say that there is a high and a low, so it's not like a steady flow of income through content creating. There are like instability here and there. So during the holidays it does spike, but then at the same time it does kind of die down like right after, which is similar to my job that I do now, which is hair, where right before the holidays we'll get really busy, and then pretty much right after holidays we do have that decrease because people had done their holiday shopping and whatnot. So it's interesting to know that that is something similar that happens online, because I felt like online would be a lot more steady. So it's interesting to kind of know that that does have an influx here and there. And yeah, so it's very interesting to kind of learn and see like how they can definitely get their content to be more focused to who is actually viewing their channel. So if it's a different country that's more focused on, it was interesting to see that you could kind of maybe focus on content from there. So something that they're a little bit more interested in, or have like a little shout out towards them in their country, would be something that would drive more viewers from there, or just kind of just changing to something that gravitates towards them, like having the content or products that they produce in their country would definitely get more attention to your channel from that country. If they're already viewing it, just kind of targeting them a little bit would be a nice kind of like shout out to them, just to kind of thank them for being a consistent viewer, and it'll add to your view counts and get that monetization started if that's what you plan on doing with your channel. So yeah, it was a lot of information and knowledge to learn. Definitely things that I think a normal person that doesn't look into it wouldn't really know is contributing to what content they make, like what keywords kind of pop them up in their searches, and how some of them decided to make videos off of whatever related keywords was related to videos that they had already posted. So that's interesting to see that them making content can actually just use the analytics to learn what content would actually be most wanting to be viewed, whether or not someone actually says it in comments or not, but they can kind of get an idea to kind of be like, oh, this should be my next topic, this should be where I should focus my attention on. And It's interesting to see the backgrounds to all of this that you don't really see as just a viewer of YouTube and YouTube creators and content makers. So definitely leaves room for changing your channel, since that's something that one of them had done too, where she was doing different things and had changed throughout the years. So the analytics is something that can definitely help you, and it shouldn't be something that you kind of ignore, because it definitely will guide you in the right direction to what the people actually really want. And yeah, so that's my video presentation 3 about the analytics from YouTube and how they can help you eventually get to monetization if you wanted to get there, get the subscribers, and get the view hours.